The vast majority of Brazilians who live in the rainforest do so in villages on the banks of the Amazon River, for the simple reason that there are no roads through the rainforest, so all communications has to be by water. There are literally thousands of boats on the river, ranging from motorized canoes to small passenger ferries, right up to large freighters and cruise liners. Also on the river are floating homes, bars, restaurants and petrol stations. The villages are situated in small clearings on the edge of the forest. The staple diet of the Amazonian people is manioc, and so we are visiting one of their villages to see how they live and also to find out what manioc is and how it is made. The villages consist of a few hundred people, and they live in a wide variety of houses, with the vast majority of them being built on stilts to keep the air circulating around the rooms, to reduce indoor temperatures and to reduce the risk of damage from flooding. The Amazon is on the equator and has a hot and humid weather pattern. They have a classic joke of having two seasons, one wet and one rainy. Because of this, there is no shortage of food, and all the people look well fed and well clothed. There is an abundance of fruit and vegetables, and all excess products are sent to the markets in the nearest towns, although these are few and far between and may involve a boat journey of several days to reach them. Each village has a well-stocked school, of which the children were very proud. The people are very religious, so each village has its own church. The stilts on this one hardly seem strong enough for a full congregation. When visitors call, then this is the time for all the handmade crafts to be displayed for sale, and very nice some of them were too. The staple diet for the Amazonian people is a product called manioc. Each village has a manioc factory, which is a medium-sized, open-sided, roof-covered structure where the complete manioc production takes place. The manioc plant is cultivated in small fields and grows to about 2 to 3 foot high. It has tubers about 6 inches long by 2 inches diameter, and this is the edible part. It is the ladies and children who peel the tubers with vicious-looking machetes. These kiddies were aged from about 4 years upwards, and they looked quite horrendous when they tackled the job. The only machine in the factory is a grater powered by a 2-man powered wheel. The tubers are fed into this grater so that the manioc is shredded in quite small pieces. Manioc appears to be a crop that is unique to Brazil, and perhaps there is little wonder in this, because the manioc tubers are poisonous, so a way had to be found to remove this poison. These shreddings are then stuffed into a long sausage-looking tube about 6 feet long and 4 inches diameter, made from plaited wide and thin plant leaves. One end of this tube is fastened to a roof support, and the other has a loop in it, through which a pole is inserted. One end of the pole is anchored to the foot of the roof support, whilst the man sits on the other end of the pole. This action stretches the tube and squeezes the manioc inside to bring out all the fluids from the shreddings. This fluid is collected in a basin and is allowed to settle, and this sediment is tapioca. The fluid, which is poisonous, is then discarded. The dry manioc is extracted from the tube and passed through a fine sieve, so producing a powder with a grain size of about 1/16 of an inch diameter. This powder is then roasted on a heated tray for about 40 minutes, and it is kept moving all the time to prevent it from burning. The final product is a light yellow substance which the local seems to enjoy, but it wasn't much to the taste of their European visitors. Any spare manioc that is produced is sold in the local markets, together with their excess fruit and vegetables, and this provides the main source of income for the villagers.